Hey guys, today's episode is a quick drop in pure reflection from the monumental week I had, and it includes this reminder about how things that seemed impossible just 6 months ago are, in fact, possible when you step into alignment with the assignment of a greater purpose. Things are moving a million miles an hour right now. Yet at the same time, I am finding so much peace in just being able to relish in each moment. Last week was a huge week for me, guys. Like, I officially became a published author and I led a breakout room for the FounderCon event where I spoke on the virtual stage. And I just got to be in the Zoom rooms, like intimately alongside incredible speakers like Amberly Lago, Elizabeth Hartkey, Jason Cisneros, Tamara Andreas, Jamal Maxim. I mean, just amazing. It was just a pie in the sky, amazing, pinch me kind of week. It was also a week where I was so graciously reminded just how much love and support I have out there. I had everything between a freaking neighborhood crew that came together to bless me with a congratulations gift, an army of reading warriors who all went out and immediately purchased copies of the book. Thank you so, so much. Some of you even purchased multiple copies right off the bat. Heck yes, I love you. A flow of text messages and just like this overwhelming dose of love. So I have spent a lot of time replaying last week and stashing away each of those beautiful memories. One of the aha moments just during all of this dream that was unfolding last week, it happened when I was sitting in the event and I received a text message that contained a direct quote from the previous week's episode podcast where I had shared about a time about 5-ish months back where I was all up in my own head and so full of doubt. And the text message, it said, and I quote because I said these words last week's episode, it said, "This will never work." And then there was commentary from the sender about just how impressive it was that I could legit get out of my own way from literally being the person in my own head saying, this isn't going to work, to now be standing here today, just 6 months later, with literal dreams coming true. Like, just phenomenal. So it took that text to create a moment where I actually grinned and I paused in all of the beauty that was just lighting me up last week, because I got to recognize the vastness in my journey from that point on the proverbial battlefield of doubt and fear to just 5, 6 months later, where I'm celebrating the incredible movement and accomplishments of being so aligned in my purpose. It's nothing short of amazing what just 6 months of purpose work can do. So, if you listened to that episode last week, as always, just thank you. And if you haven't, I'll just say that it was the epitome, it was the exact example of how easy it is to get in our own darn way sometimes, and how we all have that pesky little subconscious bad habit that likes to creep up on us, but that learning to navigate and learning that most of the time whatever we're telling ourselves is complete baloney, that we're almost lying to ourselves, and it's so vital to our success and our fear, like our success and our growth on the other side of that doubt and that fear. So, all of that being said, I can also tell you that the peak last week, it was so high that I'm still settling into this new reality, honestly. And while I have always got a story or some knowledge nuggets to drop for you, today I simply just wanted to show up and I wanted to drop this short episode just to give you the update about all of the amazing things. I also wanted to drop the episode because I've made commitments to be here every week and I want to do right by that commitment. And I've also made such progress on ensuring that and I wish I could say always, but I've made progress on how often I'm taking aligned and inspired action in my business, in my life, in my personal growth journey, whatever it is. So I'm always inspired to be here with you. And I'm also looking at the next several weeks from a content perspective coming up because there are definitely shifts taking place in my business and the value that I know I can offer you here in these episodes or even on other social platforms. I know, for instance, I've got 2 episodes for you next week. One is a with friends episode, and we're unpacking pivots in business and just how my beautiful guest, she turned her battle with mental health into her purpose driven mission. So it's all about purpose alignment, folks. Like my journey, especially over the last 6 months, and the story that she shared of her own testimony. So that's all I really have for you today. And I know if you've been listening, you know that I always go back and forth with like, will the value I'm bringing today, will that be impactful? And if anything, I guess maybe I would just sum this short one up and just saying that today's episode was brought to you with the intention, a couple things. So first off, to celebrate, woohoo, and relish in the moments and the milestones of so cool, just becoming a published author and an official speaker. Also to give and just create space for an immense amount of gratitude for all of the love and the support. Also, I would say to show up for you, for me here in this space as I've committed to do for all of us. And finally, but definitely not least, to wholeheartedly lead by example, to encourage you to follow your greater purpose too, to align with it, to make an obsessive commitment to showing up in your purpose and to watch the way that things you thought were impossible literally just 6 months ago come into beautiful fruition because you just simply decided to make the choice to be intentional and to show up for you. So I ain't done yet, guys. I've got some pretty explosive things that are about to unfold over these next few weeks of the last part of this year. And I'm going to take you with me. Don't you worry. So, as always, I just thank you for being here with me on this journey. If you're finding these episodes helpful and you've yet to leave an Apple review, please just know your review, your feedback, your encouragement just to keep going, they really do make all the difference just so that I know you're listening and that the messages are resonating. So keep an eye out for additional ways to connect and to work with me coming up. And until next week, bye. Hey, thanks for listening to today's episode. It means the world to me that you're here to ride in the struggle bus with me and that you're willing to consider different perspectives, tools, and techniques that just might provide a little bit of relief and get you one step closer to the abundance that is available and waiting for us all. I hope you take a moment to grant yourself some grace where you've been denying it, some love where you didn't realize maybe it was right in front of you, and some faith where you thought all was lost. If this episode had an impact on you, would you please share a comment with a review? I'd love to hear what landed for you, and it helps us get the word out to our fellow struggle bus riders. So please review what was impactful for you. Just know these episodes are a pure labor of love in a space where I'm growing alongside you. I'm evolving every day, and I look forward to all the ways and the things and the perspectives and opinions and choices that will change over the course of time in my own life, day to day. Until next time, just know that you are loved, you are divinely cared for, and in the struggle, the journey of this life really is beautiful. I'm glad that we're in it together. Cheers.